How to choose the best 3PL for your seller fulfilled prime business. Now, for context, we're one of the official partners for Seller Fulfilled Prime. We ship tens of millions of items both into Amazon, but then also shipping from our facilities. And we're enabled with 6+ facilities that can do SFP to do prime shipping across the country. So this means that you maintain the prime badge, but you use one of our facilities to do it. I want to break down some of the key things you need to consider to choose the right partner for SFP. Now, a few things to cover is that SFP has very strict and stringent metrics. 6-day fulfillment times, specific SLAs for 1 and 2 day delivery. You need custom shipping templates, and you need a compliance team dedicated to watching it like a hawk. Amazon has made the program very, very difficult. And if you don't have the right partner navigating it, it could cost you your entire Amazon account. So you need to be very careful. To my point, Amazon FBA has much different stringent SLAs than something like Amazon FBM, Walmart, Shopify, or anywhere else you fulfill for. Make sure the 3PL understands the SLAs, are trained by it, and they have references to show that they've done this in the past. For example, we actually work directly with the Amazon SFP team. What this allows us to do is make sure that we're following metrics. Our technology is built for Seller Fulfilled Prime, and we have dedicated Amazon team members in our crew that go into Seller Central daily, change shipping templates, submit case logs for any parcel that's getting delayed to make sure that we're fully approved both during the trial period and ongoing as we maintain the Prime badge for your catalog. Key questions that asks are things like cutoff time, shipping metrics, and weekend shipping. So cutoff times for SFP are actually extended. So if the 3PL is not able to fulfill up to 3 p.m., it won't make sense. And this is 3 p.m. in each one of their facilities because you will need multiple warehouses across the country to do Seller Fulfilled Prime. Secondly is the carriers. There's very specific carriers that are approved for Amazon FBM and Seller Fulfilled Prime. We use programs like UPS, FedEx, and a few other major carriers, but even within those, you need to make sure that they're fully set up on the shipping templates and approved by Amazon to make sure that they're secured. Lastly, and one of the most important is weekend shipping. The warehouse needs to be operating all facilities that are fulfilling orders on a 6-day-a-week minimum operating procedure. If they do 7 days, it's even better. If they're not doing this, they will not be able to maintain the metrics both during the trial period or afterwards. And what happens is that you get 3 trials before you're kicked out for the formal year. Even if you get approved, there's an ongoing, weekly scorecard, monthly metrics that if you don't maintain, you'll get kicked out of the program. And again, you have a following strike procedure. So you need to be really careful because your Amazon account is on the line if you mess this up. Number 3 is the importance of real-time routing and data for their WMS. You need to understand about how do they integrate with Amazon, how quickly do orders pull from, and how often do we do replenishment and syncs. One of the key things about SFP is that some WMSs pull every hour or two. This will not work with Seller Fulfilled Prime. You need real-time inventory drops, both for inventory feed and then also the orders that are dropping in. The key between an order that comes at 255 versus 310 could be all the difference whether or not you maintain the Prime badge. And because of this, you need to understand what technologies do they use. Is it properly set up and mapped accordingly? And also the logic that goes into it. So orders that are going into XYZ postal code, you need to make sure that you fulfill from this warehouse. And if they don't have stock in this warehouse, it needs to go to warehouse 2 with an overnight shipping to get it there in time to make sure that you hit the Prime metrics. There's an entire orchestration that goes into this. Ask the right questions, understand their workflow, and make sure that they're going to be eligible to, walk you through the heavens of what Seller Fulfilled Prime is. Next, location matters a lot. So that ability for both 1 and 2 day, depending on your catalog, standard size items, you need to be able to hit 30 and 70. That means 30% 1 day, 70% 2 day. For if you're talking big and bulky, that can mean 10% 1 day, 40 some odd percent 2 day. You need to understand those metrics and if they have the facilities across the country. A good litmus test is that you can go in and set up a shipping template inside of Seller Central. You can enable the carriers and their locations, and it will show you if you have the eligibility to hit the Amazon Prime metrics before you even start. So I would advise to understand what facilities, where across the country, and what other merchants that are doing SFP with them do. You just need to keep in mind what category of weight do you fall into. If it's standard size, it's a lot more challenging of a program because you need basically overnight shipping versus big and bulky. You can traditionally get away with a ground shipping if you're utilizing 3 or 4 facilities across the country. Small nuances that need to be discussed. Lastly is the vetting experience. AMZ Prep is built off everything Amazon, which why Seller Fulfilled Prime was such a natural progression of our growth. And we went through trials and tribulations and spent millions of dollars solving this problem. Understanding your references of which one of their merchants do SFP. Really talk to their team that's going to be managing the account, their expertise with Amazon. Do they understand it? Talk to their technology team. How do you integrate? How do you route? And go through a lot of the things that we spoke about on this, along with understanding the shipping plan templates. There's not a core team inside of Amazon that's going to traditionally support you with this, which means that you're going to have to heavily rely on your 3PL team to walk you through the journey and the infrastructure that's needed. Remember, you have 3 strikes throughout the year. You do not want to burn those when trialing out a new 3PL who said they could do it. Make sure they know it, make sure they have a proven track record, and make sure you choose the right fit. Your Amazon business is everything, and it can cost you a lot. If you have more questions about Seller Fulfilled Prime, don't hesitate to reach out. And we're happy to do a free SFP analysis in case you're interested. Thanks.